strange stuff in it, it's more comfortable. Right? They have their Miposhka on his Disruptor. They have good team fight. They have good late game. So I do favor Yellow Submarines just a little bit here. A little worried for Mio on the Death Prophet because he has no saves, but...
Sure. Yeah, that's... And, yeah, not really any of the heroes going to be building those sort of early sort of boosts in terms of like mechs or pipes or anything to keep the Death Prophet protected, right? At least you don't expect that necessarily from an offlane Bloodseeker. So
no, most likely
certainly
not.
could end up being a little vulnerable as DP, but we'll see what Mio can do. I mean, in terms of what we've seen from these teams so far, ESL One Germany, I mean, what's your sort of read of both of these squads right now and where they are?
Yellow Submarine looks just a bit better overall. I feel like Na'Vi, they're kind of hit or miss still, like across the board. They really rely, it feels like, on a lot of team fight. That's why I'm kind of worried about them this game. I see like no team fight whatsoever on their team. They have some decent roots and stuns and disables and stuff like that, but when I see a team that's already struggling a bit in a tournament and I see them picking like no team fight, I'm always really worried in the mid game that they're never going to be able to fight.
I mean, how did that sort of happen, do you think, through a drafting process, as you say, when you sort of identify a team that just hasn't gone for that? I mean, is there a reason? You know, are they looking at some of a strength of or a way of approaching the game that just doesn't require that element as much?
I'll be totally honest, I'm not too sure, because I think maybe it's also because of like player specialists, because like Clockwork 3 is something we just don't see, except for on general. So maybe that kind of thing happens when you're just, you know, you have a player that just really likes to play certain heroes. And it's not to say that they have actually like literal no team fight. It's just not your usuals. They're tougher to actually just in the grand scheme of things, like a Haunt, like a Death Prophet ult, like a Disruptor ulti. They can steal these and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's just not there. It's like Rubik has to steal them.
Yeah.
So lane's pretty important for them.
Well, that's the thing. With the lane setup, you're sort of looking at one of these lanes and feeling that this is a pretty strong lane for Na'Vi, where they're going to have an easy start, maybe kill potential.
I think all their lanes should be pretty decent, to be honest with you. I thought mid would be the harder one for Iceberg, but he looks like he's doing pretty fine. I think they should be pretty okay in the majority. Like if Morphling gets to his level 3, he's perfectly fine down bottom. Top, Clockwork shouldn't get pressured too much from Spectre. So in lanes, you know, Na'Vi should be coming up pretty good.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see what they can do with it. What sort of moves General's going to be able to be making with this Clockwork offlane.
Yeah.
CS so far, nobody getting totally zoned out the lane. It's very close across the map, everybody getting a look in.
Yeah, I guess the next like minute and a half or so can still be a little concerning for V2 bottom. Maybe that's the one where it's a little bit more risky for Na'Vi as this Morphling. But once he gets 3, I feel like he should be able to farm. But it's Lina Bloodseeker. These two can apply a lot of pressure. They have a double wave too, and he's still only level 2. So they could actually just kill him here. Or look to threaten and kill him here.
I guess, yeah, you've got to be really careful how heavy you go in the Agi at this stage. I mean, sure, you know, it doesn't matter if you get bought low, because Oracle, he is going to be able to heal you, get you back up to a good state, you know, throughout the burst of the heals and playing with the morph into strength. But yeah, when you're sort of sitting around in the lane at this sort of HP, a combo and a blood right could send you over the edge. So V-Tune's got to be very, very cautious.
Yeah, I always want Fly getting real low too. They only have the one salve. So the harassment might be too much for V2 to take at some point. But like we said, if he gets 3, he should be safe. But this is the lane we're looking at for Na'Vi to get pressured in. Iceberg's doing very well in this mid matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's
winning.
You would sort of just expect standard Ember versus DP. You are going to have a bit of an issue as the Ember because of the melee factor.
Yep, I feel like you would probably get out harassed a little bit, and just the wave would get forced in on you, especially at like the first 2-3 levels. But yeah, Iceberg's already come out perfectly fine, and this is the hard part when you're like level 3, level 2, level 4. So very solid for Iceberg here. As Mio, he's just getting his bottle out. It might not make it in time for the rune.
Bottom lane, always want to fly, hits level 3, and he's able to nuke down so bad.
Nice.
The Purifying Flames. Control the Fortune's End will get the job done. Top lane.
Top, General.
It's all right. He's trying to go for General. He's going to get the dagger out, but can't chase any further with the battery salt still up.
Iceberg gets a haste top. Mio did not have his bottle in time to go check for it. He might be able to do something with it.
See, they're already backing off. Yeah,
that's
Iceberg's not going to waste any more time going up there.
No. pretty big to get the first blood in the Morphling lane, though. I think that's really important. Was it actually, it was always one of Fly.
It was always one of Fly got there.
Yeah, he was one who got the last hit of lead. So more regen, they'll be able to bring that to that bottom lane for V2. Not a kill that I would expect to happen. Oracle sometimes can have that though. That big burst that comes at 3. See collapse.
Get some hits in there.
Yeah, he's always real speedy here, as there's a lot of low heroes on the map. We see Iceberg positioning himself for the opposing bounty rune. We're seeing a lot of players doing this lately. Mio is going to walk in. Iceberg actually whiffs the slight chain.
He did. He didn't even press the slight button. He just went for the chains, and he's going to have to concede that rune despite getting over and trying to contest it. Instant TP back to the mid, and Mio's not going to have any trouble getting that bounty rune bottled up.
Slightly awkward there.
I mean, it happens, you know. Sometimes you just press the slight a little out of range, and you know, slight doesn't go off, and then you're sat there just pressing chains and looking like a bit of a silly Billy. But Iceberg, you know, we've seen so far, it doesn't matter. He missed the chains, but still, this laning's been great. He's gonna
die.
chased down here by Mio.
Mio hit the 6.
All right, TPs are coming in, and they're gonna be soon enough. They're not. I mean, that
Mio
was
might be able
just...
to turn if they commit too hard onto him here. Let's see.
Oh, they've got the burst. They do. With the Fade Bolt, they've got him. But does require the 2 supports coming in. Mio got the kill. All right, so I think... yeah, are you cool with that as the DP? Sure, you're dead. Your exorcism's been used, but you got the solo kill on the mid.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, Roger's going to be... You know, it's a trade of who gets happy with everything. Because Roger's real happy. Always want to fly's pretty happy. Iceberg's sad. Iceberg's very sad, in fact, so that's the biggest thing that you go for there.
Sure.
DP's almost level 7 to level 5 now of Iceberg. It's going to be...
V-Tune's also sad. His bottom lane became a bit of a nightmare to stay in. He had to get out of there. We'll see Iceberg come and dodge the light strike.
Wait, but he's level 5 still.
Yeah, he's going to take quite a bit of a punch here. See if they can actually turn on to Collapse, and Sobad doesn't look like it. He's going to have to hang underneath the tower. Bond, there's Sobad's looking to try and line up another light strike array. The blood right. Iceberg will manage to dodge it. Trying to poke. Finally now hits that 6.
Look at this tower, though. It's taking a beating from all this pressure, and Iceberg has to be a little careful.
Yeah, see, it's a bit of an awkward position to be in as an Ember down here now.
Yeah. I think this is what they just kind of have to do. He has to take the pressure so V-Tune can just look to jungle a bit. I mean, it's not what you want to do. You're level 4. Like, sure, you can jungle as a Morphling, but this isn't the place that you want to be. You want to still be able to lane toward bottom. This is very awkward, and this is something that really concerns me when I see the way that they've drafted themselves, too, that they don't have any good mid-game. Like, their team fight is just not really there. And Yellow Submarine already claiming a lead with a Spectre lineup, too. It's definitely a big concern.
That's always a warrior. Mid lane, they do get the lift up onto Mio. A few tower hits in as well, but these siphons are just allowing Mio to hold his position. No problems whatsoever.
Yeah, level 4 Morphling. He's not too afraid of that still just yet. Bottom, collapse.
I'm going to try for collapse. If they've got enough. With another, okay, with the remnants they certainly do. Iceberg triple remnants him, drops them all down, and that will get the job done. Collapse out of the lane. But this is, it's just the fact that they sort of switch around and laning setup they've got. It's all 3 cores right of Yellow Submarine. Even though they're dying, like, yeah, sure, the Bloodseeker dies there, but they're winning in farm, and nobody's looking at the Spectre. Sure,
Exactly.
General's still up here, but at this stage, level 7, the Spectre, he doesn't care about a clock. What's a clock going to do to him?
Oh, and I'll be real honest. I'm going to call this here and say I don't think they kill Yatoro this game. I look at their heroes, and I look at heroes that the Spectre likes to play against.
Yeah,
Spectre, I don't feel like Spectre cares playing versus like any of these heroes. I think it's like the dream, actually, for him, it feels.
Well, they're trying to make a move down bottom. Sobad and Collapse already well out of the way.
General is trying to find Miposhka in the jungle up here, too, but Miposhka's just holding on to the glimpse. General tries to commit. He's just going to get glimpsed away.
You're right. This is also, you know, I mean, unless he can close the gap initially, but yeah, absolutely right with Miposhka having that glimpse. General knows he can't commit, and then it's, and then it sort of feels, it feels awkward for General. You know, what is he hunting for? I mean, maybe he can look over towards the mid lane, but still, Mio, he's got all 4 siphons ready to use. You get in on him as a clockwork, you're going to need to have some serious backup to actually have a chance of bursting the Death Prophet. Yeah,
and that's the thing is that he has to either make the move around like mid or bottom, because I don't feel like he can ever pressure the Spectre in this game as a clockwork. That's why we don't see it so often.
Bottom. You're going to have to Haunt come in, as they're going to be able to turn. Rope chase onto Iceberg. Sure, he gets the kill on Lino. He's trying for the TP out. They got the burst. They do. Iceberg down as well. And it does feel that this game continues to maybe step into territory for Na'Vi.
Yeah, at a very fast pace, too. This is a Blade Mail already finished up on the Spectre now, too. Mio, he's on his way towards its Yules. Yeah, I'm really concerned for them to kill the Spectre ever. Clockwork, Ember, Morphling, these heroes, they don't pose any threat onto Yatoro ever in the game. I think they can always pose kill threat onto Mio, but the Spectre wants this. Yatoro, he wants all this to be happening, and yeah, this just feels really tough for Na'Vi.
Miposhka gets a free grab on Roger, glimpses him back into the reach of Sobad. Roger will try and run, maybe deny himself the neutrals. No, not going to get a chance. Sobad takes him out. Another kill for Yellow Submarine.
Collapsed with his full veil finish. Going to be going for that hood.
General
will find Miposhka this
He's
time.
able to get him. Straight over with the hook shot. Miposhka coming over a little too far onto Na'Vi's half of the map. Kill is found, but still, it's Na'Vi is going to definitely be feeling the pressure until they're able to start killing some of these cores.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like, I'm going to keep harping on a lot of this about having no big team fight and having no real ways to hit buildings. Like, Morphling is your tower hitter, but Morphling, in these points in these games, like, V-Tune can't walk up and just hit a building for the next, like, 10, 20 minutes. These tier 1s aren't going to die. I feel like Yellow Submarine's going to keep these at, like, full HP. Actually, they've barely been hit as is. And they're going to be the ones constantly on the aggression. I just don't see how Na'Vi pushes the envelope or makes things really happen besides just finding a pick off here or there on a support. I mean, it just feels very lackluster.
Let's have a look at what are the strengths for Na'Vi. Like, you look at the two lineups. Yellow Submarine, they do have like the Spectre, the DP, right? They've got long cooldown ultimates. Is that something that Na'Vi can punish and sort of work around with their heroes?
Is under attack.
Or do Yellow Submarine not care about fights even when they don't have their ultimates with their heroes?
I think with their heroes they can fight even without their ultimates. Yeah. I just feel Na'Vi having this. It just feels like so many things are missing in their draft. It feels like damage is missing. It feels like team fight is missing. It feels like tower pressure is missing. It feels like the game is just going to get to this point where I don't know how they make moves. They're getting good. Like, this is perfect top. They're going to be able to actually get tower pressure because I feel like without them being able to just force people on the opposite side, them killing towers is just non-existent.
So they're trying to set for Iceberg bottom. Miposhka, 6 with the Static Storm ready. Iceberg is going to get a Remnant set down. And, ooh, wait, where's he going? Okay, he's over here, into the trees. And he's out with the TP. And, they've got the vision. They've caught him. Nothing that Iceberg can do to get out of this one. He'll drop out a hopeful Remnant, but Sobad just shoots him in the face with the Laguna. Bam! And the Ember's gone.
Mio now has his Yule Scepter finished up too, so your window where you could punish this Death Prophet of being squishy and weak in the front lines, now she should be able to get Yules off in almost every occasion because you don't have hard stuns. You have a lift as your hard stun and a hook. Everything else is just these brutes that Mio can play around with his Yule Scepter.
See what they're doing top. Yatoro.
Up top, maybe they can get Yatoro.
He's juking. And he's out with the horn. And he's able to dodge the hook shot. Jumps straight over the wards to the mid, now back up towards the top, and he's actually benefited from some of the Purifying Flames. So now Yatoro, he's good to go, General. He's going to get False Promise, tries to get out with the TP, but straight away Mio puts a stop to it with the Yule Scepter. General, he's dead for sure. Always Want to Fly is trying to run as Yatoro is chasing down for more. There's Always Want to Fly is going to pop us south. Yatoro closes the gap. It's going to be another kill here for Yellow Submarine. I mean, that's what's happening up top. What happened mid-frog?
They just dove the Rubik while taking the tower. They took the tower and just glimpsed him back into position with the Static Storm. A free, easy kill as V-Tune just has to jungle. And I think this is just going to be the story of the game. I'm pretty sure that there's just nothing Na'Vi can do with their draft. I feel so limited when I just look at it.
What is there any sort of magical potential with the morph? Can V-Tune turn into something that changes the game?
He doesn't have the best actual morphins. Like, he's okay versus Death Prophet because he gets like these siphons, but it's not like he can turn into an Ember Spirit and they have this like 6v5 where we see a lot of the times, or like a Gyrocopter or something. This time he doesn't have these incredible things to morph into, and I don't see V-Tune 1v5ing. He's versus like actual counters.
Yeah, for sure. But like just the hard silences for one. I mean, what, 3 hard silences, right? You got Static Storm, Blood Right, and the silence from DP. There's a lot of things Morph's got to be careful about that, you know, until you get Manta and the BKB, these fights are going to feel almost impossible for V-Tune to turn up to.
Yeah, even playing playing Morphling versus Spectre, you've got 30 or whatever armor, but you know, Desolate just goes through it. It's pure damage. So there's so many things that I feel like V-Tune just has the hardest time ever.
They might find Yatoro hit.
Okay.
They're trying with this. I mean, they swept through the jungle, but they didn't quite go deep enough to find Yatoro. Yatoro shows himself back on the wave. Na'Vi continuing to move now over into their own half of the map. See if they can punish Yellow Submarine for being over-hit. Iceberg leading the charge. See if he can get a jump. See what he can get.
Mio, Miposhka's here.
Mio just pops the ghost immediately. As soon as he's realizing that something's up, he pops the ghost. And now Na'Vi's got to make a decision. Do they want to try and find the exorcism? They might not even have a choice. General's going to get glimpsed back. Mio, he's just running straight down the supports. He's pushing the supports right away from any cause. Miposhka falling low, actually able to dodge the hook shot here. General's got him with a hook shot onto collapse, and Miposhka, he's going to live. No, he doesn't. Finally goes down to the sleight of fist, but Mio's been able to run down the supports, kill off the Rubik. Light Strike Array will land onto Iceberg. They have lost the two themselves. Mio still continue to try and contain, always want to fly at the back of the fight. Now the chase is over. Can they get Mio? Turns with the Yules. Buys time for him to get away. So a bit of a split-up fight across the place. Na'Vi able to get a couple of kills themselves. Fight might not be done yet as Mio heads in with the silence. Can they run these two down, though? No, it's a little too deep. They'll back off.
Supports got left on an island on both sides there. Mio ditched his supports as on the other side, Iceberg and V-Tune ditched theirs.
Yeah.
So both just were taken out there. Mio, though, he has a regen now afterwards, so he's full back up, and he finds himself a DD. So he should still be able to. And look at this beautiful Ancient stack, Yatoro. This is why we've been seeing this Blade Mail pick up a lot of time on the Spectre, too. Allows you to do something like this. Blade Mail plus that Dispersion. Very nice to kill Ancients.
Yeah, I mean, it really seems like this is the absolute build. I mean, what situations would you not get Blade Mail on Spectre first? Or do you think if you're not getting Blade Mail first on Spectre, you're doing it wrong?
Bottom. I think if you're getting, like... Actually, I don't know. From what I've seen, when I've been seeing Yatoro playing the Spectre, I love how he just buys naked Blade Mail.
General.
Bottom.
He's in onto Sobad. The stun's out, and that's going to give Sobad the time to step away. They're going to try and chase. The Sleight of Fist will finish him off. Iceberg able to clean up the kill. Silence out from Mio. We'll run there and try and push them back. Successful. But Na'Vi able to poke, and at least they are getting kills. It does continue to just be sort of these support heroes. But it is something, and they need to get kills, right? You look at these heroes that Na'Vi have, other than the Morph, these heroes don't hit creeps. You know, this Ember, this Clockwork, they farm heroes, not jungle camps.
Yeah, Iceberg, I feel like this trio, maybe even the four of them, have to just run around at all times in this game. They cannot stop. They have to just... V-Tune, you are literally the creep hitter. Maybe a Rubik comes and Fade Bolts a wave now and then, and a Rocket flies and clears out a creep wave every now and then. But you four, you have to just hunt. Get your Spirit Vessel online on the Ember Spirit, which he has.
They're trying to get on the Spectre. Maybe they can get Yatoro. The lift up. He's getting heavily burst. Can they finish him? They can. He's going to get the horn off. He is dead. Na'Vi with the big kill. Question is, can they get them all out of it? Iceberg. He's going to be trapped to the static storm, the kinetic field. The Yule Scepter counts the TP out. False Promise buying him a little bit of time, but a lot of damage is going to be coming through off the back of it, and it's too much. Iceberg will get pop of V-Tune. He's able to zip in, clean up one. He's going to try and turn over towards Mio. V-Tune popping the Manta, still looking towards the DP, but the Siphon's keeping Mio alive. Now on the back, Collapse, swinging through, looking to always want to fly very low right now. Able to save himself. Fortune's end, but Mio has the physical. Comes in with the DD, punches him down. Over towards V-Tune, they look. General hook shots in, does get a catch onto Collapse. They've taken down another, but Mio, he's looking for Roger. The heals from the Spirits bringing him back up to full HP. Yule Scepter to hold back General's clock. Mio will get out.
Huge fight for V-Tune, though. He actually holds his ground during the entirety of it, turning into the Death Prophet. Like we said, he has the Spirit Siphons, his best target. Gets some decent ones out and picks himself up some much-needed kills. And they get Yatoro at the beginning of it all.
That's the big one.
I didn't think they would. Yeah, I didn't think they'd be able to much, if not at all in this game, but they find him isolated and burst him.
A very big kill to be found. Will obviously be a little more difficult once Yatoro has the Manta complete, and that in itself is very close. Ultimate Orb done. Actually, I'll go to Recipe first. You know, he's just about to pick up both of it. Just a few hundred gold, and he's going to have the Manta. Then those moves from Na'Vi are going to be a lot more difficult to orchestrate. Much more reliance on just getting him with a hard stun first, whether it be the lift or the hook shot, but nonetheless, the limitations.
Yeah, we saw like V-Tune had the Manta for that last fight. That's what allowed him to actually show up. Otherwise, he would have been chain silenced and probably brought down. Played the fight really, really well. And that's what I feel like that's what Navi's gonna have to hope for, is just V-Tune really putting the team on his back this game. Because Clockwork, as a 3 position, you do start to fall off a little bit. You're at least thankful that you're playing versus something like Death Prophet, so Blade Mail is always going to be good this game for general. But you will start to fall off.
I mean, it already seems like Roger's becoming the 3. I mean, look at him. Roger's level 12, General's level 10, and they've got the same farm.
Ooh, Yotaro.
Oh,
he's got the Manta this time.
So he can get away with these sort of plays. Got that DD, continue to farm. Vincere doing a stellar job of keeping up. Standing there at the top of the net worth. Can he do it? Can Vincere pull out what seems to be rather difficult, despite just being down 2k? Still just struggles from the lineup of Na'Vi when it comes to what they're actually able to do with this power. Try for Yotaro top. Looks like coming in.
Tough kill though.
Yeah, that's about as much as they can commit. Na'Vi having to back away. Same time down bottom. Maybe losing a tier 2. TP's going to come in. Na'Vi want to try and hold this. Always want to fly. He's going to get instantly silenced. Well, they've got him. They see him straight up now. Iceberg reveals himself in the tree line. He's going to have to get a remnant now. Jumps to the side. He is away. Has to use all of them to get right back there.
I can't believe the Oracle TPs to that tower. That was crazy. They're surrounding and he TPs like not even in the bottom tree line. He TPs in the upper tree line where usually there's a ward there. Very ambitious TP coming out from Always Wanna Fly.
Yeah, no struggles for Yellow Submarine to take that tower over towards the mid. Yotaro thinking about chasing down Roger, but Roger has got the stolen dagger and also a 4-staff, so able to break himself away. V-Tune also showing in the mid. Keeping himself cool by the side of Iceberg.
All things considered, Na'Vi in a much better position than I thought they would be at this 21
sure,
minute
well,
mark.
You could imagine it going more downhill, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
they have to keep this up, though.
Yeah. Well,
the Spectre is still getting big. Same thing with Mio. BKB is online now for the Death Prophet.
Let's see what they get with the smoke. Bloodseeker would be okay. Mio would be amazing. Yotaro, he's the top prize here for Na'Vi. Can they find him? A little hard to get into this.
Mio breaks it.
Yeah,
he immediately initiates on
Horn
it
just
too.
comes out straight away with the silence. Oracle is going to get split off to the side. He will live though. Always Want to Fly is still alive for this. Able to false promise himself. Glimpse the static storm, but the timing's there.
Nice Iceberg.
Very nice jump out with the Redmond. Gets him out to the side. Has still been ruptured. But they're holding them back with the chains. Roger also able to run away from them. So after all of it, nobody actually going down there. And that was the use of the Horn coming out from Yotaro. So a very nice disengage from Na'Vi. Meaning that nobody has lost there.
And a bit of an awkward one from Yellow Submarine, really, as Yotaro. He could have just jumped onto Always Want to Fly.
He could have committed for the Oracle, yeah.
He was jumping on the back line trying to get more type of kills, and they end up missing big because of it. That fight looked pretty awkward as Na'Vi was able to reset. But Yellow Submarine, they back up. They go back to their farming as Haunt is on cooldown. They didn't have Exorcism either for that fight, so
no.
Not the worst things lost. As now, like we said, Exorcism is available. They're actually going to look to smoke out here. They don't have Static Storm either for 35, though.
Yeah, no Static, no Haunt for a long time, so this will be a kill around the Bloodseeker and his Rupture.
They see Roger. Walking into the triangle, though, still a bit too scary. Even though all of them are in the area. The coach is trying to get a ward down. He's got it. They see General now farming. They're going to go on him.
He's able to step back pretty far. Whoa! The
Collapse is dead!
Oh, the rupture damage there! Oh! I mean, General's dead.
I like that. Not
dead.
what you expected right after, though. He just blade mail ripped him apart.
Oh, that was great. I mean, it's always good. Any time someone that gets ruptured has that sort of movement ability in a blade mail. You know the Bloodseeker's in for a wild ride.
This could be big here for Na'Vi. They're committing into this Roshan. There's no haunt. Yatoro's ult's about to end too.
This sexism, yeah, it's not going to quite finish it. Can Na'Vi get in for the steal? Yatoro is so low, they're going to jump forward, but Yatoro's able to pick it up. The static storm's down, Iceberg's jumped into a trap. As the Ember will fall. Whatever we have down with Mio being focused.
Mio's in trouble.
He's able to put the BKB. Can he keep himself alive for the Cyphers? He can, he's not dead yet.
Is he actually alive?
He's still alive. He's over to the pit. Vincire's trying to find him, but he can't quite finish the job. Mio's going to live through it all. Vincire's going to fall. Oh, Na'Vi. I mean, they came so close there to really getting this game under control, getting a lead. They were just not able to do so in time, committing into the pit. Yatoro on very low HP, still able to finish off the Roshan, get the Aegis. I mean, that was so close to going the way of Na'Vi, but it just wasn't meant to be.
It really wasn't. They didn't get the vision inside. It looked like they may have even just been able to fully commit and just kill them and just get everything, but everything goes wrong for them. Mio lives with this on the skin of his teeth. Just the Spirit Siphon's really adding up. I believe Spirit Siphon on the strength HP morphing, right? So that extra strength that he gets, you get that extra heal back too.
Just look at this again, how low he got. I mean, just ridiculous.
Like sub
so
100
close
HP
to
sure.
finding him. I mean, sure, at that point, the fight already kind of felt bad for Na'Vi because they didn't manage to get that Aegis steal. And if they had killed Mio, the rest of the team very likely to still clean up, but definitely extra salt in the wound that they couldn't get that Death Prophet kill on the way down there.
Absolutely, and that was without Haunt up, and now, you know, Haunt is going to be up for the next fight, and we're really feeling that fall off there. It's Vtune. He's still farming really well. He's doing a great job, but we're seeing the rest of the lineup. The General Clockwork, the Ember Spirit as well. These heroes just falling off with what they're up against.
Yeah, and it's sort of crazy. I mean, Iceberg on his Ember, he was off to such a good start in the lane. Why do you think it has been that his game slowed down as much as it has? Is it just the nature of the heroes that he's trying to make moves on? Are they not easy heroes to punish early as an Ember? Because he had a good start in lane.
It's a hard game for the Ember. Like you said, triple silences. And he has to worry about these Yules and these stuns and everything, the Glimpse versus the Disruptor, the Static Storm. It's so much he has to play against, really.
Mio. It's going to start with a catch on to the Oracle. Always Want to Fly tries to time the Purge to remove the silence, but there's too much here. This Yellow Submarine will remove his existence.
Yeah, it just feels tough too. Because with the thing about the Ember too is, usually if you have like someone you can pair with and set up for these constant kills, like with your offlaner, then you can see this Ember get the ball rolling, get his items built up. But that's why I don't really like the 3-position Clockwork. I feel like you're so limited. You do the same as a 4 or 5 as you do from a 3. You just have like a Blade Mail. You know, you're able to just be a little bit tankier. It feels like as these core Clockworks in comparison. They're further falling behind. Just Vtune being that farmed core with a full Iascati and the Manta, still very strong, especially versus the Death Prophet if you can stick on her. But the rest of his lineup just melts.
Na'Vi leaving the base, but this ward seeing it all. Yellow Submarine know their exact position. And in fact, they themselves, look at this, with that information, they're going to try and catch them from behind here, knowing that
they see Always Want to Fly,
yeah,
and Roger, you see the two supports.
This ward's doing the entire job for them. Instant silence is out. Here we go with the Hawk. Mio chases down Always Want to Fly, this time making sure they finish off the Oracle first. Roger glimpses back to his death. 3 heroes dead. Now, Observer Ward just revealing everything and allowing Yellow Submarine to make a very easy jump onto Na'Vi outside of their base.
Na'Vi have to watch now, and they should be a little careful as Miposhka's going to look for some glimpse plays here.
He's going to find it. He's able to grab back Vtune. Vtune trying to step out. Silence is in play. Have they got enough damage? No, he is shifting up in strength, and he might just make it. Vtune, is he away? He is. He's out to the side. Vtune gets to live another day. Mio has to put the BKB, a little spooked here that the Na'Vi's going to be able to catch him. Iceberg stepping in, so has to be cautious. You'll set up. Bloodbright will be dodged by the Remnant. I mean, if they lost the morph there, that could have been it, but Vtune actually able to crawl back to his base.
tries to Manta dodge, but Glimpse now much harder to dodge. And they're smoking out. Okay, they're looking to try to take advantage of these ultis being on cooldown. They've got the clockwork with the Aghanim Scepter, so he's got a couple of shots.
Yellow Submarine, no. They know, again, they're just reading every single one of Na'Vi's moves.
And all of them walking over, claiming the high ground. Collapses here. Roger just cut through, though, with the spider legs.
They're going to try and go in on Collapse. As soon as General's in, the posture glimpses him back, so Collapse. Is he still under threat? They try with the lift up, but he's forced out to the side, and Maposhka with these little sort of saves, making it very hard for Na'Vi to get any catch with this. They'll look to finish off the tier 1 tower. And no. Oh
no, he didn't have it yet. Okay, he was still missing the point booster, but the 3-piece.
But I mean, even so, that's 2 minutes and 40 seconds that he can't get his Ags on Ember because so bad sniped the courier. Oh, that hurts.
He's still short 600, so, you know.
I mean, sure, but he's getting that 600 gold in the 2 minutes easy. Over in the river, they kill off Roger. Oh, no, not the Aghanim. Oh, that always hurts. When the courier gets sniped and it's going to have your Aghanims pretty much on it.
He was waiting for it for quite a long time, too. Glimpse, General.
I don't think the rest of Na'Vi's going to be interested in helping this man. No, they're out of there. They're not turning back. General goes down, 24-12. 12k lead now for Yellow Submarine. This one's starting to look increasingly tough for Na'Vi, and their hopes of maybe hoping that Vincere would be able to pull this one together is starting to fade, as it seems that there's just far too much for Vincere to play around to really get the job done. Maybe when he has the BKB complete, which he nearly does have the money for. But even then, the cores of Yellow Submarine across the border are just so much further ahead.
He's just alone. He's on an island. It's just V-Tune, really, at this point. Unless, like, Roger can steal an Exorcism, but even then, the Exorcism will kill him on the Blade Mills and on the Dispersions, it feels. Yeah, it just feels impossible. And Yatoro did die the once though this game. I was wrong.
He did die the once.
I didn't think that he would die in this game or see what he was against, but he did die the once.
So Na'Vi they managed to prove you wrong. And that's what they set out to do. He died the once. Now, you can double down for it. Now, is he going to die again, or is he only going to die the once? They're going for him. They're hunting
I don't know.
him.
I mean, okay, maybe if they full 5 commit, I think he lives though. Yeah. I think I'll hunt. I think he'll get it off.
Let's see. Unless maybe
he's so tanky. I don't think they have the damage of all 5. Like,
they're getting split up actually because Icebergs have to turn towards the rest of Yellow Submarine. They're swinging over it.
The Hunt's going to come out in a second to scout them.
Oh, yeah, it'd probably be in Na'Vi's best interest to just bail out of this, and they are. Straight away, they're all getting out. Iceberg also able to make it out.
Oh my God! Always Want to Fly is insane. He just ran to the creep wave and nuked the range creep and then TP'd in front of the Spectre. I mean, he'll get away and he'll get that range creep, but back to the base they go as the lead continues to grow.
Na'Vi, their best bet now, probably waiting for the high ground defense. Stepping out on this map against the Spectre and her Haunt just seems to be a little too risky to do now with the deficit that they're playing at.
Yellow Submarine's just playing it safe. They're waiting for Roche to spawn, just camping on high ground. They're just suffocating Na'Vi. Don't give them any chance back in the game. Put Collapse in so bad in the front lines, heroes that you don't care about losing.
Here we go.
So bad. Them, though. Let's see.
He's going to get burst, and the Static Storm's down. Vincere, he's able to put the BKB, turns over to watch Yatoro. Yatoro coming in with a Haunt, focusing down General first. They've got Always Want to Fly. Always Want to Fly will come in with the buyback. Vincere being chased, he's able to wait for him at the top of the BKB ends, and Maposhka, as soon as the BKB ends, he's ready with the glimpse, brings Vincere right back into the reach of the rest of Yellow Submarine, and Vincere, he's down and out for 70, he went full in on that BKB purchase, as Maposhka, he was ready to play around that any day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, he had to go for the BKB, but at this point, it's way too many items. The Shiva's done. The Eye of Scotty's been done for quite some time. This Morphling can't even attribute shift. He's just getting decimated by the heal reduction. And yeah, Yellow Submarine just way too big. Not even needing the rush. Na'Vi tried to get aggressive and punished. 45 seconds, no Morphling, no way to fight. As they have to watch.
Another catch from Maposhka. Always Want to Fly.
Oh, the triple remnant.
Oh, Yatoro gets slow. Oh, they were so close to getting him. So close, but so far. As Yatoro is able to live. Yellow Submarine ready to fight Na'Vi up here on the high ground, forcing them back to the fountain. A glimpse onto General puts him back in a position. The hazardness is he is dead. They're holding on Na'Vi. What can they do? They have got the repair kit.
The repair kit's really doing work.
And now actually collapse. He's keeping out in the trees. They're not going to find him though. Maybe they can find Poshka. Static Storm instantly down. Buying time here for Mio to swing over. Iceberg can't chase any further now for the Disruptor. Unless he finds the chains, but won't quite get the connection. How many remnants has he got left? Actually, none. He used all of the remnants for that initial chase, so Yellow Submarine are fine, and now Na'Vi's got to start running back to base. But Roger's got to be running as he's bleeding to death here. Goes for the TP away. He'll make it. The glimpse onto Iceberg, straight into the stun. They've caught the Ember. Iceberg's gone. Dead for a minute. No buyback on him. I mean, the game will continue, but I think much to the pain of Na'Vi and the pleasure of Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, I'm enjoying watching with Poshka get all these nice glimpses as well.
Some very nice Disruptor play, yeah.
As usual, too. They're coming. I think there might be a time where we see this hero like start to rise up again. Like certain teams just really like to play it. Yellow Submarine is displaying how good it is, especially when they play with this type of draft with so much vision. With the Spectre and the Bloodseeker as
V2. Go. Can they get the steal?
What can he do?
He's going in. General's in as well. Roshan isn't quite low enough though for General to finish. The Horn's going to come out. Vincere, he's taken down Sobat. Sobat will fall, but the Roche, Yellow Submarine, they get the kill. They get the Aegis, and now they'll get the life of General. As General's been false promise. Yatoro on top of him.
And V2. He's being chased.
He's got to be careful here. The Rupture's out for collapse. Running down Roger, running down Vincere. Vincire's out with the TP on the high ground. Will make it back to base. Roger's trying his best to escape them all with the spider legs, but they'll find him. Again, this attempt around the pit. They come very close to doing something with the timing as the hook shot just a little too early. Roshan's still a little too high on the HP, and it gives Yellow Submarine a chance to formulate a fight and get that Aegis picked up on Yatoro.
They're still trying to get these fights going off, but Iceberg just triple remnants into Yatoro.
I mean, it's so low. They do get him the once. Aegis is gone, but now Iceberg, he's committed. He's going to go for the TP out. He's not making it away. Yul Scepter from Mia puts it to a stop. Iceberg dead yet again. Over to Vincere they go. Always want to fly, also being forced to the side. The silence kicks in. The Oracle will die. Vincere, has he got anything to save himself? He's got waveform up if he can get it off, but he cannot. The game is already coming to an end as GG is called by Na'Vi. Yellow Submarine take this game one. And I mean, what would you say, Foggy? This was sort of Na'Vi just not really giving themselves the best.